My socks have socks on them. It's gonna be a good video. I asked you guys what secrets you wanted me to expose next, and the winning word was, and you can already tell what it is just from the title of this video. It's graduation. Graduation, just around the corner for a lot of you. Congratulations. I'm a little worried about this revealing your secrets, I gotta be honest. Sometimes before I film these, I take a little peek at what is in store for me, and I don't know what it is with graduation that makes you guys so horny, but there's definitely a correlation, and you will see that in this video. Oh, and if you're looking for a more wholesome video, make sure to check out last week's video, because a lot of you didn't. And it's really upsetting my cat. In high school, we had to take a foreign language as a requirement to graduation, and my school only offered Arabic, French, and Spanish. My parents are fluent in Arabic, so I took it, expecting them to help. Well, big mistake. Sure, they helped, but Arabic is as hard as a mother, so I naturally cheated. On our final exam, the one that really determines my grade, I wore a short skirt and wrote notes/answers on my thigh. My teacher was a male teacher who was kind of known for being a perv. Well, long story short, he suspected me of cheating, and I claimed he tried to look up my skirt. He got suspended, I got an A. The first time I got drunk was after my graduation party with my boyfriend. I drank a whole bottle of vodka by myself and went to sleep. We slept together, but at the middle of the night, my puke woke me up. I couldn't stop. I puked on his hand, the mattress, the shower, on his cousin's sweatshirt. No one realized this until 2 years later when I told my mom. PD, I'm sorry, man. PD, who's PD? Who's PD? Philip DeFranco? It was my graduation of 2016. Like most graduations, we rented our gowns. An hour before, my boyfriend and I decided to get freaky before the ceremony. In our gowns. We never washed them after and gave them back with everyone else after it was over. Someone else probably is wearing my stained graduation gown now. Whoops, at least I got my diploma. Warning, this person says, this is a sad secret. I was talking to the dentist assistant and we were carrying on a conversation, and at the end of my appointment she told me that she almost cried when I came in because I looked like an exact copy of her friend that she had in high school and had died in a car crash soon after graduation. I'm sorry to laugh, but talking to someone who's trying to get up in your mouth is already so awkward, and then they tell you that you remind them of their dead friend. I would find a new dentist. Once upon a time, not so long ago, I was a hoe. JK, I still am. But no, seriously, I had the biggest crush on my 6th grade science teacher. When I left 8th grade, I sent him a message talking about how I fantasized about him and how I wish he could have gotten me pregnant. My high school graduation comes around and I had totally forgotten about him at that point. But after the ceremony, I received an email from him explaining how he was also interested in me and how he wished he could have done something with me, but since our age difference was too big, he never took the courage. I wouldn't call that courage. 2 years later, I have his baby in me and his wife thinks I'm her daughter's tutor. Oops. So I'm graduating this May. We have our senior finals a week before everyone else does at our school for grad prep and stuff. I told some of my friends that I was going to tell my lit teacher on the last day of finals, nicely, that she was my least favorite teacher. I was only doing it for her own benefit. But my friends were talking about it and she heard them about it and later pulled me at the end of class and asked me about it. Oh my god, this is so exciting. She said that I was her favorite student and did very well this year, and she's sorry to hear that I didn't like her very much. I feel king bad now because she liked me and I have a strong resentment towards her. I don't know. I'm feeling a little guilty, but hey, graduation. I'm nearly positive if you hate your teacher that much, you were not her favorite student. Just pulled the rug right underneath you so you couldn't whack her with it. Okay, so on my graduation day, I was graduating from 6 to 7. I went to a restaurant to go celebrate with my family and friends. I asked the waiter if the lo mein had peanuts because I was allergic to peanuts. And she said no, it didn't have peanuts. So I got the lo mein and then I had an allergic reaction to it because it had peanuts. Peanut powder. But luckily my dad drove me to a CVS or I got Benadryl and I was fine. My worst fear is not being able to breathe, like my throat closing, and also having to use an EpiPen. I think I'm traumatized by this experience because sometimes when I eat food I know I'm not allergic to, I still feel like I have an allergic reaction. So now my friends think I am being dramatic, and like other people do too when I say I think I'm having an allergic reaction. So now when I eat things that I feel like I'm having an allergic reaction, I don't say anything because I don't want to be a burden. That makes me sad. I feel like when other people belittle your fears and anxieties, it only heightens them because you just like shove it down further. So if there's any way you can maybe not shove that down. I used to have this friend named Vanessa that I hated so much. She was so annoying. She would get on my nerves. Fast forward to after our graduation ceremony, we had this party at my friend's house, and when we were at the party, I told Vanessa that I f***ed her boyfriend. I actually did. Oops. She got so mad and wanted to fight me. Me being the smart person I am, I put something in her drink so that oh, that's not smart, that's illegal. I put something in her drink so that she wasn't going to be able to win. Ever since that day, I have been dating her boyfriend and rubbed it in her face that he chose me over her. Oh my god, I can't believe you drugged Vanessa and then stole her boyfriend. I feel bad for Vanessa. It was graduation, the end of high school, so my friends wanted to have a party after the ceremony. So when graduation was done, I went to my friend's party. I saw everyone was there swimming, so I pulled out my bathing suit, which was the kind of bathing suit where a simple pull of a knot can reveal everything. So my smartass thought it was a good idea to jump in the swimming pool. So I jumped, and when I went up to get some air, I noticed my top was gone. Part of my bottom was untied. I saw my freaking top floating on surface of the water like it was a floaty. I grabbed it as fast as I could and tied it. Just as I thought nobody saw me, I went underwater and looked around and saw my classmate wearing goggles. He was a guy looking at me and smiling. I ran out of the pool and changed as fast as I could and left. Oh, he must have just been waiting for that to happen. So last week I was in pre-calc and I had drunk 120 ounces of water and I really had to pee. My teacher said no, so I said I was gonna pee on my chair. I got suspended and peed my pants. I also can't walk in graduation, go to grad bash, prom, or senior breakfast. But at least I went to the Board of Education and got her fired for not letting me pee. You can't walk in graduation because you were honest and said, I have to pee so badly I'm going to pee in this chair. Where's the crime? Okay, I have a brother and recently has graduated. Who? I was at his graduation and the family had to leave. Everyone except him and me. We got bored and he scooted closer to me and started kissing my neck. That is not normal. When I was on stage on our graduation day, I held my diploma upside down. In my offense, the school rector gave it to me weirdly. So when I went down the stage, they took a picture of me holding my diploma upside down, and it's gonna stay like that forever. It's kind of funny. So my friends and I graduated high school last year. Before the ceremony, the graduates were served a large breakfast banquet. This girl I absolutely hated had an iced coffee, and I had laxatives that a friend of mine in JROTC, what does that mean? Had. Apparently JROTC kids had gotten laxative weeks before because the military food they had made them constipated. When this bitch wasn't looking, I dumped an entire bottle in her coffee, a whole bottle of laxatives. A whole bottle. I ran away and waited for the ceremony. When her name was called, she went up on stage and suddenly she cried. She had diarrhea all over her graduation gown and it dripped all over her legs in front of everyone in the audience under the stage lights. Holy, I hope that girl deserved it. Otherwise, you're gonna have some karma coming back to you. What is wrong with you guys? I'm serious. What is wrong with you? Leave a comment down below. At my mom's graduation, I cried so much. That's the secret, because I pretended that I didn't. So you really love your mom, and you're really proud of her. It's not really a secret. The night before my high school graduation, I told my parents that I was going to sleep over at my friend Megan's house, and then me, Megan, and a bunch of other people rented a shady motel room because we weren't old enough to get a real hotel room, and we got drunk off wine spritzers and UV blue. The motel was so sketchy, and we had to pay a security deposit that I don't think we ever got back. The bathroom door didn't have a doorknob, so there was just a hole in the door, and there were random dirty marks all over the walls, and Megan was on her period and bled in the bed sheets. We graduated though. Sounds like fun. When I was in preschool, it was a Christian preschool. I was at my graduation and my class was singing a song with the word Jesus at the end of it. So at the end, we had to jump off the stage and yell Jesus. I was like dozing off to the side, so I didn't notice until like a second later. And I jumped off the stage like 3 seconds later and yelled Jesus. Every single parent in that room stared at me. That is so f***ing funny. Jesus. During last year's high school graduation, I was in 8th grade. I got picked to play the music. It was a small school. I obviously went on YouTube and had a playlist going. I forgot to get ad-free. It was after one of the songs that the Trojan Man condom commercial came on, and I didn't have time to run up and stop it. All the students and parents heard it, and I'm so lucky it was just seniors. And honestly, graduation is so boring. I'm sure that was like the highlight of the day for everyone in that room, so good work. At my graduation, I watched a girl slap and fall so hard that there was a loud boom. I later found out she was on life support and couldn't receive her diploma until she got out, because the rule in my state is that only you can select your diploma, because only you did all the hard work to get there. I couldn't stop laughing because she was a bitch, so karma's a bitch. Love you, Jamisha. Jamisha is exposed for being a bitch, I guess, and also for being on life support. So actually, I hope she's okay. Pray for Jamisha. My school does this thing called the ABC Awards at graduation. It's a stupid thing where we assign a person to a word in the alphabet and they get a dumbass crown. Honestly, it does sound stupid. I already hate it. I feel really bad about it this year because this dorky couple was caught in the bathroom and my entire senior class put them down for you, unforgettable. So now these poor nerds are going to be put on blast while we are graduating just because they were caught bumping uglies in the bathroom. I mean, unforgettable could mean a lot of things, so at least only a select few of you will know what it really entails. You know? This one time I went to my older sister's high school graduation. I was 12. Anyways, it was all fun, and I decided that when they called my sister's name, I would boo her really loud, but not too loud, just loud enough so she could hear me. It was a huge venue, so I had to scream loud. Anyways, they called her name and I booed her so loud I couldn't control myself and everyone became silent. And even the teachers calling her name all looked up near my direction, and I felt so embarrassed. Long story short, I got in trouble with my parents and haven't talked to my sister since. I hope her marriage is going well and her family is having a nice life. So sad. Tell her that she can boo you at your graduation so you guys are even. I think that's a good idea. It's a very good idea. You're welcome. When I was in 8th grade, my best friend hooked up with my ex-boyfriend that I was getting over, and I got super mad. At the after graduation party, I put rat poison in her drink. I honestly didn't know it was gonna hurt her badly, but I was a dumb middle schooler. But she passed the next day in the hospital, and I honestly didn't care at all. Am I a murderer? Oh my God, you're a murderer. I have got a really, really messed up audience. Does that mean I'm messed up? Yeah, probably. So during my senior year of high school, I had to go to the bathroom, so I went. I knocked and no one answered, and it said vacant. So I went in, and there was my male math teacher on the toilet. He just kept screaming, "No, no, no!" And I was like frozen before I torn myself away and ran out. I told my friend, and he was just like, "Did you see his dick?" All giddy. Luckily, no, I didn't, because he was sitting. Bonus, during my graduation, we had to walking around the teachers like a last goodbye or whatever. I had spotted him ahead and planned to like look around till I passed him. The assembly line moved and stopped and I was stuck right beside him. I think he noticed I was avoiding him. We haven't spoken since the incident, but he just kept telling me how good of a student I was and what an honor it was to teach me. I promise I swept my makeup off more in those 2 minutes than I did the whole day. He was a cool math teacher though. I took money from my friend's graduation card before going to her party and my mom still doesn't know. I used it to buy food, go figure. This year for 8th grade graduation, I'm planning on lighting my enemy's hair on fire. When I was in 1st grade, it was graduation and we were doing yearbook signings. It was mandatory to have everyone in class sign it. When I didn't feel like having someone sign it because I didn't like them, I would sign it for them and tell my teachers that I got everyone's signatures. That's just your loss. You're gonna look back at that in however many years and be like, I don't know which one, well maybe you'll know your own handwriting, or you'll remember that you didn't like those kids, so those are probably the ones that aren't on your list. I guess it's not that important. I graduated high school last year and I haven't told anyone about this and just came across your video, so I thought I'd share. So I went on a graduation trip with my dad to California and we stayed in an Airbnb. One day I got home, I was getting like juice or something from the store, and my dad was watching porn on the TV and pleasuring himself. I went right back outside and sat in the car. We didn't speak until the next morning when we were flying home. It's really awkward. Love your vids, LOL. That's traumatizing, that's traumatizing. Walking in on your dad, touching his ding. That's traumatizing, that's traumatizing. That's traumatizing. Yeah, alright, I'm losing my mind. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. I upload videos every Thursday.